Hey everyone, this is Once Bitten with the Battle Report. So this is a game from about a week ago, my Beast Herds army versus a Warriors of the Dark Gods army. This is not the current beta edition. This is obviously one slightly before because this was last week. Um, yeah, so I grabbed my list off of the Ninth Age forums. A lot of times, instead of making lists, I just like to go grab somebody else's, tweak it, and go. I like it because it kind of forces me to do things that I wouldn't otherwise do. Because I think I have a tendency, or I want to avoid the tendency of taking the same kind of list every time. So I don't have my opponent's list, and there's a lot of things I just don't remember. So he's got a chariot on the right. I want to say I love how those chariots are no longer toughness 5. Thank you very much. He's got a unit of Chosen in with his battle standard bearer. So I don't know everybody's complete kit here, but the Chosen have +1 movement, and then the banner standard bearer has the +1 movement to all units within 12 inches. So this unit can fly across the board, which I think is a great idea if you need to be highly mobile. I don't think it's something I would have considered taking with, supported by chariots, because it seems to me the chariots wouldn't be able to keep up. Um, but again, that's probably just one of my biases and assumptions when I go into list building. It's got another couple chariots. It's got a demon prince. This thing is no longer unbreakable. He is stubborn 10, but I'll take it. I'm so glad unbreakable is gone. I don't know his kit. There's a Chaos Lord or Warriors of the Dark Gods Lord on a dragon. So I don't remember his kit at all, but what do you think it is? I mean, the guy's just killy. just Now, so my opponent, he there were some rules he didn't understand when he went into his list building. So basically, the way the rules work is when you get into combat and you're riding a monstrous beast, what they're trying to do is say, look, this is one model. There's no longer killing the beast out from under than you're on foot. So just basically, when you attack it, you have to attack the dragon. Well, he invested kind of a lot of points into his defense of his Lord level character. So he has like a 4-up ward and +1 wound, which wouldn't make any difference. So basically, what we did in this game is we just split the difference, and we said the dragon has a 5-up ward. And I didn't want him to recreate the list at this point, and I didn't want him to just say he was down that many points. So it seemed fair enough to me, and that's what we went with. Then in the woods, he's got a unit of the Marauder Fast Cav and 2 spellcasters, the Lore of Lust. And yeah, then he also has an ambushing unit of a big horde of marauders with a character that allows them to ambush. So this list seems to be built around 2 rock hard units and then other things ambushing, which is similar to other lists I've played, but this one kind of took a different spin on it. So 50 wild horns with extra hand weapon full command, and the list on as I found on the internet, I think had a foul high totem. I gave these guys. I like the Wolverine totem so much. It's just really offensive, and I think that's what the Beastmen should be. Beast herds should be. So I gave these guys the Wolverine totem instead. A lot of points sitting in that unit, especially when you play that extra points for the extra hand weapon for all those models. So this list also has 2 Beast Lords. So this is the Beast Lord that is not the General. He's got the Blade of +3 attacks, Potion of Strength, which now is only +2 Strength. If you've played games in the past, often it was +3. I assumed it was +3. I had to look up the rules. So he's got a 3-up armor, and then a 5, 4, 3. Yep, 3-up armor, and then a 5-up ward. So with toughness 5, 3 wounds, 3-up armor, 5-up ward, he's not exactly a glass cannon, but there's a blend here between being really killy and having some defense. But +3 attacks. So he starts off with 4, and now he's at 7. And if I get the Wolverine totem off, he's at 8 attacks. So that's pretty sweet. Probably re-rolling to hit. And then I guess the biggest weakness is strength. Is only strength 5. Oh wait, there's the BSB in there with a +1 strength banner. So he's relatively fragile, only a 3-up armor save. The whole unit has +1 strength. I think if you're going to pay the points for that banner, this is the way you need to play it. You put him on a corner, you try to protect him, you do what you can. Yeah, if he survives, now that Beast Lord is strength 6, he's just nasty, and that unit has all those attacks, strength 4. The other rock hard unit is 31 Longhorns, with halberds. I really like that. I like that so much better than the great weapons, especially the Wolverine Totem, which gives some armor piercing 2 and extra attack. Um, and the BSB, of course, has the totem, so he can cast on other units. So if I need to, I can give them the +3 initiative, uh, bound spells. So I like that a lot. The other Beast Lord, this one's the General. He's got the 4-up ward save, the Axe of +2 attacks, and Divine Icon of you must reroll your ward saves. And then there at the bottom middle is my level 4 Lore of Wilderness. I think the original list had Lore of Death. I'm just being uncreative here. If the Beast Turds, I'm taking the Lore of Wilderness every time. I just really like it. If nothing else, I love the signature spell. I might start taking just level 1s and bring the signature. I just love that in combination with totems, because if you're dead set on stopping the totem, I'll take +1 strength and toughness all day long. So with the potential of +1 strength and toughness on that big horde of wild hordes, they're already strength 4. The Beast Lord's at strength 5. With the banner, he's at strength 6, and now there's a possibility of strength 7. I mean, in the unit, it has possibility of strength 5. I just really like the options there. Now I've got a unit of Ravagers there, as of the new version now called Gargoyles. So they're sitting on the left. They look like a wimpy harpy unit, but they're actually kind of expensive. I think 80 or 90 points, and they're like T4, 2 attacks each. I mean, they're just +1 strength in the charge. They might be re-rolling to hit. They're pretty good. They kind of feel a weird. They're kind of like the centaurs in the sense that they're kind of an in-between unit. They're a little too expensive just to be chaff. They're not quite strong enough to take on anything you're really worried about. I like them as an anti-chaff unit. So my opponent deployed first, which is why I kind of tucked myself over in the corner. I figure my ambush units can come on either behind my opponent or to my flanks. I figured my opponent was not going to be sitting around, and so just bringing units behind him may not be the best idea. So that's why I went in the corner. He moves up, as you can see. And what I like here is when I saw his chariots, they can't march. I'm thinking, okay, well, it's going to take him a while to bring his army over here, to bring those chariots over here. It might give me a chance to try to take his army apart, bit by bit. So Beast Lords turn 1, because I have 2 Beast Lords. Again, this is the old version. As long as I didn't go first, I could ambush on turn 1, and so I do. So I bring my unit of 25 Wild Horns in on the left. I bring my 2 Giants. I made them drunk, and they came in behind his Demon Prince. So I think his Demon Prince, unless he can make that a fairly long charge, he's going to get a rear charge. And then it's like, what do I roll with the Giants? If I roll where they get 2d6 hits or attacks, it doesn't matter. It's strength 7 on the charge. I think they have a chance of killing that Demon Prince, or at least just doing a lot of harm to him. So, yeah, what else? Oh, if you look on the Wild Horn unit that just came on, you'll notice 2 symbols by them. So I got +1 strength and toughness on them, and I got the Wolverine totem on them. So my thinking is, if your Demon Prince comes in, they're still, they're only strength 4. I mean, there's only so much they can do, but they do have the extra attack. They're armor piercing. They might be able to do some harm as well. So we go to Warriors of the Dark Gods. Turn 2, his Demon Prince tries to charge, and it fails it. Everybody else is moving up as quickly as they can. You can see he took his fast cav unit with his 2 spellcasters. They went all the way from the top left to the bottom right. And his Chaos Dragon did the same. I think they just want to stay away from my Longhorn unit. I don't really blame them. And we go to Beast Herds. Turn 2, the Demon Prince takes a double giant charge to the rear. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just trying to maintain a battle line and make it such that if he charges in and I hold, which I think I will, then I can countercharge with something. That's all I'm really trying to do there. I'm happy enough with it. A weird thing that happened, my big unit charged his fast cav unit, and he chose to flee. I think he just made a mistake, and he was close enough that it wasn't worth risking. So he fled with them, and they fled through his general on the dragon, which is like leadership 9, I think. And I think my opponent was just like, yeah, whatever. I'll flee with my fast cav. I can always rally and still move. What does it matter, right? Well, his general fails his panic tests and runs. I love it. I mean, he'll rally. Everything will be fine, but I love it. It actually really helps out because he was set up where he has a chance to make charges with at least one chariot, with his chosen, and with his dragon. I can't take. I can only take so much abuse. So him failing that panic was actually really, really nice. Um, yeah, I'm going to go back one. So I charged them, and then I redirected into his chosen, and I was really hoping to make that. I failed the charge, but I took the Ravagers into the flank of this other chariot, thinking they have a chance of breaking it, and if they do, they can overrun into the chosen and maybe help out, or if nothing else. Anyway, that's what they did. Um, Actually, my initial thought was I th- I thought that if I did get in combat with his general or anything over there before I thought his general would flee, that there's a good chance he would stick, and then these chosen would be able to countercharge. So my Ravagers charge in the flank of this chariot, hoping I can beat it and overrun to the flank of the chosen just to hold them up so they can't countercharge. That was it. That's what I was thinking. This is after combat. I charge in. I got the +1 strength and toughness buff. They already have, I believe it's devastating charge, or a thunderous charge. I mean, anyway, they failed their primal fury. They didn't get that many hits off. The chariot guys kind of whiffed against them, and so only did one wound. Did 2 wounds to the chariot. I win. He's stuck. So that's a bummer. Yeah. Otherwise, it looks like that. Let's go to a close-up. And yeah, his Demon Prince is targeting the big giant on the right. Totally whiffs everything. He does like 1 wound to him. The problem is my guys, what they get is kind of like a lot of these things are pass an initiative test. Well, he just passes an initiative test. He's a Demon Prince. So I say dragons. My giants aren't. They didn't do nearly as much as I hoped they might. But then again, I knew it was chancy. So we go to Warriors of the Dark Gods turn 3. So a chariot makes it into combat with my big horde of wild horns, as to his chosen. That's where I'm really glad his general wasn't there, because the general charging into just would have been nasty. His fast cav flee and they move up, as you can see, and then you can see his unit of marauders with that character pop in behind me. So I'm pretty sure his chosen are going to do a lot of damage, but I think I'm still going to be steadfast. I'm going to be able to countercharge with a longhorn unit with a second beast lord. My hope here is that one of 2 things happens. Either one, my beast lord kills his chariot before the chariot attacks. That would be really nice. Again, my guy has 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks, probably re-rolling to hit. I think he has a good chance of doing it. I need that to happen. If that doesn't happen, he's got a lot of attacks that he can put against my battle standard bearer. I need him to fluff those a little bit, and odds are about 50-50 of him killing that guy. So that makes a big difference. The BSB. Not only does it get my unit strength 4, which would be huge because the Chosen's going to kill a bunch, but I'm going to get so many attacks back. If I'm at strength 4, I can really do a lot of damage. If I lose my BSB, not only not strength 4, but obviously I don't get the reroll, I'll be steadfast 9. But, as you can see with the dragon, things happen. And there's a unit coming. So my problem is, let's see, he's going to whip me up this turn. Hopefully I'll be steadfast and stick. I would countercharge with my longhorns. At the end of that, I better have beaten these guys so I can turn around, because I do not need a charge in the rear by all these marauders. They're being proxied by wild horn models, but still. And after combat, yeah, the Ravagers couldn't hold out, so I think there's 1 left, maybe 2, and the chariot doesn't catch it. They pop out into the side of the giants. I'm really glad the chariot didn't overrun into the flank of the giant. That would have been bad. His Demon Prince is still kind of whiffing. I've done two wounds to him now, but he did a couple wounds to the one giant. So that guy will be dead probably very, very soon. One thing that's happening too in a lot of these combats, I don't remember the details of every one, but with if I roll I think it's a 1, but if I roll the lower number, it says if your opponent can't attack, but it says if he's already attacked, then that's fine. He can't attack on his next turn. So that's what's keeping these giants around, by the way, because the demon prince, for the most part, will be whooping up on them. But I've got two chances to get that. So there's a lot of rounds of combat, by the way, where this demon prince just can't do anything, which I find funny, and I'm sure my opponent found frustrating. We go to Beast Herds turn 3. Longhorns charge chariot in the flank. Well, you can see what happened, by the way. My general just kind of whiffed. With 7 attacks rerolling to hit, could not kill the chariot. So the chariot put all its attacks into the battle standard bearer and kills him. So I didn't do any wounds. I think I did 1 wound to his chosen. That was rough. The longhorns are going to kill the chariot, but they're not. They can't overrun do any good this turn to the chosen. So that's scary. And at strength 3, I'm skeptical my wild horns are going to do much to the chosen. So all in all, I'm not thrilled with that. Of course, it's better than nothing. There's that. My ambushing unit of wild horns charged his chariot. He decided to flee. So, okay. I think they redirected and failed to charge. And after combat, yeah, go figure. So my beast sword picked on the chosen. The wild horns I think the beast sword and the wild horn unit killed the chariot, so the chariot was done for. And then I got a +1 strength and toughness buff off on my unit, and I got the Wolverine totem off. And with that combo, they tore up the chosen. It was so nice to see. They broke him. They couldn't catch him. So my opponent's BSB is still alive. He just lost his banner. That's one change from previous games. If you flee from combat, you lose the banner, but the model doesn't die. So now he's got his BSB on foot. Yeah, they get away. The overrun takes me to the flank of his fast cav unit. So that makes it seem like it was a huge mistake by my opponent, and apparently it was taking a chance. I think he just assumed there's no way I was going to beat that unit, and that was very nice. The problem is he's got a big dragon sitting right there, and it's going to get a flank charge on me. And over here, yep, Demon Prince can't attack, but he can pass initiative tests, so we're all just sitting around. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I've got 2 giants tying up a Demon Prince, and I'm asking myself at this point, what if they just stay there all game and neither one does anything, and I lose one or both giants? If I lose both, it's kind of a bad point swing, but at least his Demon Prince wasn't going around doing other nasty stuff. I don't know. Warriors of the Dark Gods turn 4. His dragon charges in, and I don't love that. But what I can do is get in a challenge between the beast lord that's not my general and that guy. I'll talk about that in just a second. His marauders charge the flank of these guys, and that would spell doom for them. But they fail the charge. Thank goodness. When I say them, I meant my wild horns, not his marauders. He failed it, thank goodness. I think he needed, I don't know. I think he needed like an 8 or a 9. He brings a chariot into the flank of my wild horn unit. I'm not worried about that a bit. I think the most he's going to do is hold me up, but I think they can take care of that. So yeah, I'm thinking my beast lord's going to go over there. I don't know. So his lord character will swing first, and I don't think he's going to be able to kill my beast lord by himself. Then I get to swing back. I'm currently at +1 attack, strength 6, armor piercing combined of like 5. So he's not going to get any armor save against me. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks, re-rolling to hit. I'm have to go against the dragon. I'm thinking I should get 7 hits on that bad boy. I'm going to be strength 6. I don't know its toughness. I don't remember, but it's got to be probably 6. So half those should wound. I don't know if I can kill him, but I should. If I kill him, I'm golden. If I don't, that dragon is going to be able to turn around and finish off my beast lord, I think. So I think the dragon with the chaos lord have the advantage, but I think I have a chance. Meanwhile, of course, his former BSB and his chosen rally. I think I should just whip up and get a lot of combat res off of this fast cav unit and be able to take out a couple characters. So I got that going for me, which is nice. After combat, so I kill the level 2 that I was touching, and I killed the rest of the fast cav. I couldn't attack the other level 2 easily. I won combat by so much he broke from combat and fled off the table. But look how many of my models are gone. For this unit started at 50. Um, yeah, so we reform, and I think if you look, my Beast Lord only did 2 wounds to the dragon. It was just lame. But then he kind of whiffed on my Beast Lord and actually didn't kill him until Thunderstomp, and the Thunderstomp killed him. So I was really bummed about that. I'm not sure I can really fault what happened. So we reform, but yeah, this unit's toast. And over here he charges in. He doesn't do too much. My Beast Lord makes way, and I can't do much there. I lose combat, and I fail my test to reform. Not too worried about it. Uh, his Demon Prince can finally make some attacks, and he takes the last couple wounds off one of the giants. Um, I don't know how many wounds he's taken so far, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of cracking up at that combat. Go to Beast Hurts turn 4. My Ravagers flee off the table. They didn't want anything to do with that. I take my ambushing Wildhorn unit. They charge the flank of the chariot just to make sure. I just combat res it to death. I don't need a bunch of combo charges into all this. So there's that. I think this is what I'm assuming. Yeah, there's nothing to happen here. So I don't have a champion to challenge, so it's just going to be ugly. And after combat, yeah, so we easily kill the chariot. We reform, so the topmost unit is going to get charged by a chariot. Probably the bottom one is probably going to get charged by the Marauders. I'm actually not worried about either one. I think the top one will lose combat this time, but be steadfast and eventually pick off that chariot. And the one at the bottom is a special unit against a core unit, and I think I've got him beat. And over here, I think his guy just can't attack. So we're just sitting around. All right, so we go to Warriors turn 5. This game is just so back and forth. I don't know what to do. So his Chosen charges in, his Chariot charges in, his Marauders charge in. Everybody's charging in. If you're on the table, you're in a fight, which is the way it should be between these two armies. Oh, except for my level 4, and I don't want him in a fight. So yeah, here's this. I'm just not too worried about it. I think he wins the first one, and then I think I wear him out in the long haul. After combat, I knew that my expensive unit never had a chance. So yeah, he didn't catch him. Go figure. That was weird. 2 models left, and they would rally on half their leadership rounded up. So they're rallying on a 4, which makes it unlikely. And if they did, the Chosen would just. He's got 1 Chosen left with his exalted hero, or whatever that thing is called now. The BSB, who's no longer a BSB. And over here, yep, as predicted, everything happens. So we go to Beast Herds turn 5. Not a whole lot to do. My Longhorns didn't rally, of course. Otherwise, it looks like this. At the end of combat, yeah, my Wildhorns take care of his Marauder unit. They just whoop up on him. They overrun. They overran a little too far because that puts his general in my flank. So we go to Warriors turn 6. Smoke him if you got him. My opponent charges in with his Chosen and his former BSB. I think he knows that's kind of a suicide run. I think at this point he could stop and just save the points or take him in. Takes his dragon in there. Yeah, so there's that. And there's that. He does 1 wound. He's going to finally attack, and then he only does 1 wound to my giant. And after combat, yeah, so I think... Yeah, we didn't get to a challenge. I don't know if he got in a challenge with my champion or what, but we're not in a challenge there. So on my turn, Beastman turn 6. Oh, I should say, by the way, that his Chosen died, which seems like, well, I'll talk about that later. So anyway, so on my turn, charge in the flank with this unit. Now, so my thinking now is I'm going to issue a challenge with the champion. He has to accept his dragon is not going to get to attack at all. If he kills him, he gets 1 wound for killing him, and he can get up to 3 overkill. So the best he can do for me is get 4 combat res. I'm going to have a charge, a flank, a banner, and 3 ranks. So the best my opponent can do is lose by 2, and if he fluffs anything at all, he's going to lose by 3 or more. So my thinking is I have nothing to lose here, and I have some things to gain. And after combat, it looks like that. So yeah, he kills the champion. He's down by 2. He needs a 7. He rolls higher than a 7, and even though he has Swift Stride, my unit was able to catch him. So yeah, so I guess he could have saved points with his chosen. And over here, yeah, he does a couple wounds to my giant. Still can't kill him. And we go to that. So, um, yeah, in the end, all he has left on the table is the Demon Prince. He could have had his battle standard, 4 battle standard bearer, and half points for his chosen. And if he had done that, it's yeah, I think it would be a minor win for the Beast Turds. As it is, it was a little bit bigger win for the Beast Turds. Either way, it was a real fun game. Hope you enjoyed it. Once bitten here. Thank you so much for watching the video. I truly hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has a variety of functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like or comment on the video, you can favorite it, you can share it, and of course you can subscribe to the channel. And I encourage you to do any or all of those things as a way of interacting between viewer and producer. As always, I appreciate your patronage on the channel and wish you all the best.